In this video, we will study some fossil groups. The first group is from the Psilopsida, and the fossil we are going to study, that is a Rhynia. The fossil remains of Rhynia were discovered by Mackay in 1913 in the red sand stones. It was a petrified fossil, and the name Rhynia is given from the place where the fossil is discovered. In those times, these plants were growing in swampy marshes near volcanoes. The atmospheric surrounding contained sulfurous vapor. They were growing in a soil saturated with acidic water of hot springs. Due to volcanic eruption, Rhynia became a petrified fossil. We will see the external features of the fossil Rhynia. The Rhynia is the sporophyte of Rhynia is differentiated into a rhizoids, rhizome, and leafless dichotomous aerial branches. These plants at that time were found occurred in the swampy marshes, and they has a creeping rhizome and upright branches shoot without leaves. They don't have roots, but they have unicellular rhizoids come from the rhizome. The upright branches of Rhynia are dichotomous, and they are gradually tapering, and at the tip of the branches the sporangia get developed, or the branches are terminated by the development of a sporangia. Now we will see a internal structure of stem of Rhynia. Internally, the aerial shoot and rhizome of Rhynia more or less similar. They were differentiated from outside as a epidermis, cortex and stele. The outermost layer, that is a one cell thick, and that is a epidermis. This is a delicate layer and seen covered with a heavy cuticle. This layer were interrupted by the presence of stomata. The stomata were found absent in the rhizome. The presence of stomata showed similarity of Rhynia with other vascular plants. Inside the epidermis, there is a well-developed region of cortex, and it was differentiated as a outer cortex and inner cortex. The outer cortex, we may also call hypodermis, was 1 to 4 cell thick without intercellular spaces, and only at the presence of stomata or below stomata you will see the intercellular spaces. The inner cortex was made by many spherical cells having large intercellular spaces, and through these intercellular spaces the inner cortex direct connected with a stomata. It was found that the inner cortex is a main photosynthetic region. The endodermis and pericycle layers were absent. The stele observed was a simple protostele, that is, central column of xylem was surrounded by a phloem. The xylem made only by a trachea, whereas phloem was 4 to 5 cell thick and consists thin wall cell. This is what a internal anatomical structure of a Rhynia stem or rhizome. was studied by taking a section of petrified wood. Now we will study a second group of fossils, that is a Lycopsida, and fossil genera we will go into studying, that is a Lepidodendron. The Lepidodendron is a fossilized tree. The sporophyte of Lepidodendron differentiated into root, stem and leaf. The leaves are microphyllous and usually spirally arranged. The sporangia seen borne singly on the adaxial face of the sporophyll and contain either homosporous or heterosporous condition. The sperms of Lepidodendron are seen biflagellate. Externally, the trunk of Lepidodendron shows the presence of leaf scars. These leaf scars, as plant grows, they become more wider. The leaf scar or leaf cushion were composed of green photosynthetic tissue. The trunk of Lepidodendron would have been green, unlike modern trees which have scaly non-photosynthetic brown or grey bark. The trunk produces little wood. Most of the structural support came from a thick bark-like region. This region remains around trunk as a rigid layer, and that's why get a more support. As the tree grew, the leaf cushions expand to accommodate the increasing width of trunk. The branches of these plants ended in a cone-like structure. They did not produce a seed like modern plants. They produce spores, and it was estimated that these plants grow rapidly and live up to 10 to 15 years. This figure showing a surface of trunk of Lepidodendron. This is a fossilized surface showing the leaf scars left on the trunk. Internally, the trunk produces the little wood and being mostly made by a soft tissue. Lepidodendron, it was found that lived in the wettest part of the coal swamp that existed during the Carboniferous period. They grew in a dense stand, likely having as many as 1,000 to 2,000 giant club mosses per hectare. This is what about the second fossil genera from the group Lycopsida, and the fossil genera is Lepidodendron.